Like, God has blessed me so much with the avenue of powerlifting. And what I've relearned and what I've known has been reinforced is that God is sovereign and I trust him with everything. What's up, guys? I'm Silas Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here education on health and social well-being. Welcome to episode 1 of For the Love of the Game, my prep series for the Advances Houston Open meet that will be October 4th. And as always, you guys already know, whenever I do these prep series, there's a focus, there's a reason the name is what it is, right? In the case of this series, it's really simple. After what I did December of last year, where, it was 10 years of powerlifting, 10 years of PR on my total, a decade of PR on the total, right? Which is really cool because I am one of 3 individuals on the untested side with a 100 GLP or higher, 500 dots or higher, right? To do that. There's one other person who's tied with me right now for 10 years. Hopefully I change that at Advances Houston Open when I make it 11 years. And there's one person above me who's been doing it for 12 years and their streak is still going strong. I have a link to Presser Powerlifter's YouTube video over that in the description box below for those of you who want to check that out. But basically, after I did that, right, it became this thing where, of course, I took the 4 months off after that of low specificity training, focusing on really pushing for hypertrophy, knowing that in doing so, it would set me up for one of two things. I can just keep training that way for a long while, or it would just set me up with a better body and baseline for swinging back into normal powerlifting training, which obviously is what I ended up doing, right? We're on now the 4th block back on the more normal powerlifting structure, which you guys know what that looks like from my video my last video. But despite the fact that, one of my goals with this meet is to keep that PR streak going, and then I have certain numbers that I want to hit as far as the total that I want to hit, the main reason I'm doing this meet is just because it's fun. That's it. Like, the main reason why I came back to powerlifting specific training is because I still very much just enjoy getting bigger, getting stronger, seeing squat and bench and deadlift go up, and I love the process of everything that goes into it. Like, yes, it's cool to keep the streak going. Yes, I want to hit certain numbers. Yes, continuing to compete and train this way helps me to continue to be a better coach. But more than anything else, especially with where everything's at between, like, the coaching business, the mentorship business, powerlifting now, strength now, wife, kids, ministry, all these different things that I'm involved in, which are all a great thing and a blessing and things that I choose to do, right? Despite all that going on, I still just enjoy powerlifting for what it is. The same reason that I got into it, which was quite literally just because it was fun. Hey, I want to be as big, as strong as possible, right? Is still the same reason why I enjoy it today. So despite the different goals that I may have or the different, little rivalries I may have going to certain meets just for fun and stuff like that, shout out Yano. It's just really about the fact that it's fun for me. It's for the love of the game. And that's what this prep series is about. Like, I just want to have fun with my training. Of course, doing what's laid out by Brad and stuff like that, but just have fun with it. Not stress over if things are going quite the way I want or not the way I want. Just trusting the process, having fun, pushing myself, and seeing what we got for ourselves on the day. Also, fun fact, the day of the meet will also be my son's first birthday. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We can't be failing in front of my son. That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the whole family should be there. My wife, my daughter, my son, my folks. Bria will be there, my sister. So it's like we gonna show out. So it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, as you guys can see, as of this morning, I am finally a for real 83 kg lifter. I won't say I filled the class out because to fill the class out, I need to technically be sitting a little bit above it, so then I can cut down, blah, blah, whatever. But I'm finally an actual 83 kg lifter. Y'all know that my last 74 kg meet was in 2023, Carolina Prime Time, when I hit the 700 plus total, got the 500 dots there, right? And have been slowly filling out ever since. And those of you who, know some of the health stuff that I dealt with last year, that was more of a bigger scare. Thank God that wasn't what I thought it was. But with going through all the different testing and blood work that I did, I also found out why it can be so difficult for me to, put on weight and stuff like that. And I think I've talked about that on this channel before already. If not, maybe it was on a podcast. I don't know. Whether I did or not, I'm not getting into that right now. But the bottom line is, with just knowing why it's harder for me to put on weight, and the fact that I was already trying to bulk kind of more slowly intentionally, it all just worked out, right? It took 3 years, but we are here. Anyway, today is week 3, day 3 of the 4-day training split. You guys know it was 3 days a week, but we did add a 4th day in. Really, it's 3.1. My 4th day that we added in is just on Monday. It's just bench work. It's 3 sets of bench. I have a 2-count set of 5. And then after that, I have a 2x5, just normal comp bench after that. That's all it is, just to get that 4th bench day in, because we decided, you know what? Let's just pull the trigger on it. It's not going to take me long. This session takes me 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if I really just sit there, do a set, and rest for 5 minutes to respond to clients or something like that. But it's a quick, easy session, and just also gives me another reason to get out the house and get some more steps, so it's fine. But that's the official day 2 now. So today is day 3. It is week 3, so it is my primary deadlift, my heaviest deadlift of the block, because you guys know I've been hitting those on week 3s. And it'll also be the last day that I'm hitting my primary deadlift on the Tuesday, because as we typically do closer to the meets, we're going to be putting this deadlift day back with my squat and bench on Saturdays for the primary deadlift. Now, I'm not sure if Brad's still going to have a staggered where I still hit the heaviest deadlift on week 3 and the heaviest squat and bench on week 4, or put them all back on week 4 like it used to be. I don't know, and I don't care, because I know whatever you choose to do, it's going to work out great. As I talked about last video, the pacing's been perfect. But yeah, we got the highest exertion deadlift. I believe my top of the range is 270 kg, which will be the heaviest that I've pulled this year, the heaviest I've pulled since my meet. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get to the gym and get after it. All right, guys, so that was awesome. Like, that moved very, very well. And like I said, knowing that for like building purposes, especially when I'm getting like, I'm doing like really heavy back downs on my squat and stuff like that, having the deadlift on this Tuesday instead of the Saturday is good, like my secondary deadlifts on Saturday, because it allows me to push the squats harder and still get some decent top end performance on this day. But with the next 2 blocks being this thing where I know Brad's gonna kind of start to scale the back downs back a little bit, right? While maintaining the top end and pushing that forward, we can now move this day back. So the fact that it's moving this well still on this day is huge. And the only thing that I did as of this past Saturday that I changed up was I just went back to the A7 10 millimeter belt. You guys know that I think a few weeks before SBD Austin, so a few weeks before the meet I did in November, before the December meet that I did 4 weeks after that last year, I switched the SBD belt because it felt really, really good. I never gave the 10 millimeter a chance for like deadlifting. I used it temporarily for squatting when I was like in this transition phase of coming from 74 to 83. But you guys know I squatted a 13 millimeter SBD, but I put it on and it felt great because my ability to brace into it and to feel good tension and maintain really good position at the bottom was so on point in that belt. But the only problem is now, as I've gained even more weight since then, I've noticed that my lockout doesn't feel great. Like my lockout feels hindered. Like, it's one thing if I'm like training on an empty stomach, then the 10 mil SBD still works great. But if I've had any type of food or liquids or bloat, it's not great because I'm typically on notch 6 for that. And that's too tight right now. But then notch 5 on the SBD 10 millimeter is too loose. So the A7, just because of the 10 millimeter having the half-inch holes, is really, really good. It's not to say I won't go back to the 10 millimeter SBD belt. I'd like to because I still like the way that feels more. But in terms of being able to get into the position that I need to comfortably and having something to brace against that's not too tight, too loose, it's just hard to beat the half-inch holes. I hope, if anyone from SBD is watching this, at some point they make something like that. I feel like that's like the only thing they don't have is like a nice prong belt. That's, or even even if it's not prong, just a belt that's like 10 millimeter with like these really good, consistent half-inch holes where you can put it exactly where you want. But yeah, I mean, I was really happy with it. All my warm-ups felt good. Felt I was able to stay in my quads. Felt like I was able to keep my back in the right position. My hips weren't rising. The slack pull, the wedge, the drive through, everything felt really clean. So to be hitting this 2 blocks out still is fantastic. So I'm really, really excited to see how things trend once we move it over. But now we've got my first back down triple and then the second back down triple with the lighter load after that. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. And then we got bench press. All right, guys, so bench felt really, really good. Top set of 6 with 275 pounds was casual. The first secondary set with 112 and a half, 248, casual. And then, of course, 3x6 was 107.5, 237, casual. So it all moved really, really well. And it's just so nice to be able to come in here and just move with intention. I know that a lot of my bench work, particularly, is sub-max. My only true heavy bench work is on my primary day. Like the Monday session that we just added in, very sub-max, even lighter than today. Then this session, even though it's quite a bit of volume, it's very sub-max. And then my bench session on Thursday is the second heaviest in terms of what I'm touching on the top end. Like I'll touch the 300s on the top end for that top double, single, whatever it may be for the priming set. But the back downs are all very light, easy work too. So just coming in and moving with intention, but being able to gauge the fact that, okay, but I'm feeling better. I'm doing more weight than last week or more weight than this week, last block, and it's moving better. And being able to use it as a gauge to know that it's showing up. And then just the primary day itself being a gauge to know that what we're doing is working. I can tell from using the A7 belt that I can feel my upper back and my lower back a little bit more, not in a painful way or aggressively sore way, but like it's objectively not as supportive as the SBD belt, which is what I like about the 2mm SBD belt. It just feels more supportive. But I mean, that doesn't matter if I can't lock out properly with it right now, right? So just got to kind of acclimate to that. It's only my second session back in it, and it was my heaviest deadlift session of the block, right? But still, bench was very comfortable. As far as what we have left, let me see. My phone's over there. I remember off the top of my head. We have belt squats, dumbbell press, lat pull down, then leg extensions, leg curls, and then tricep press downs. And then that's it. So we're going to get into that. Going to knock out the belt squat. Today for the dumbbell press, we're going to see if we can touch the 120s. You guys know from my last video, I brought up how we have dumbbell press on this day now, and it's like the first block having dumbbell press back consistently. And it's like the first time, no. Second block, because we brought it in like the last week or two of last block. Second block having it consistently. And I've gotten up to the 110 so far. We're going to take the 120s today, see how that goes. But like I said, my goal by this macro is to see if I can take those 140s, which I feel like I should be able to. But yeah, really good session. Honestly, it went better than I expected just because last night was my first full night of uninterrupted sleep that I've had in 2 weeks. Just dad stuff, like, you know, my daughter's 4. She's having vivid dreams, waking up, coming asking questions about the dreams, or sometimes they're not great dreams, and, you know, she'll come in 2 or 3 times throughout the night sometimes. My son is about to be 10 months here in a couple days, so he's growing, developing. He was sleeping throughout the night, but now his teeth are coming in, he's growing more, so he's, you know, waking up throughout the night. He actually had a pretty bad fever for a couple nights, so we had to get up early. He's throwing up, taking care of that. But, you know, shout out to my wife, Amber, because she always does everything she can to try to let me get as much sleep as possible so I can get through like work for the day and stuff like that. And in exchange, what often happens is while I'm doing my work during the day, I'll still be with the kids so that she can try to make up for her sleep and take naps and whatnot. But it's we have a great dynamic going. But yeah, I've just been feeling really tired the past couple weeks, but everything's still been moving well. I do know I got to lock that sleep in though, because as these loads get heavier, I know that's going to matter more. But so far, man, we're in a great spot. So let's finish out this workout. All right, guys, so I did not get to close the video out last night just because, one, I was already training later than usual. Two, the training took a little bit longer than what it normally would due to the fact that I was recording for you guys as far as YouTube. So as soon as I was done with my last set of my last accessory, I was like, all right, pack it up, get home, eat dinner, have my time with my family, and then go to bed. Which, thankfully, that's the second night in a row of completely full uninterrupted sleep. Because like I said, the past 2 weeks have been rough as far as that. So hey, God's doing his thing, man. He's setting things up circumstantially. You know, the kids are sleeping well throughout the night. Things are going well to where I think I'm going to be able to show up well on Saturday for my primary squat and bench, just like I did yesterday for the heaviest primary deadlift. Just to get a little bit more sleep. Because I'm the type of person, man, where it's like, I know my eating, I can keep that consistent on point, even when, you know, life is lifing. That's not really a big deal for me. I'm going to find a way to get the food in one way or another. When it comes to just dealing with life stressors, I'm someone where I'm able to handle stress really well overall. Obviously, like anybody, I have my moments where the stress can get pretty heavily elevated. I'm responsible for a lot of people and a lot of things, both in my professional and personal life. But by the grace of God, I'm at a point where it's pretty easy to manage overall. And whenever I do feel things starting to like compound on top of each other, I have people that I can talk to and, you know, can talk to my wife and know I can, you know, go to the Lord in prayer and just release all of those cares and worries to him, right? But the sleep thing, man, that is the one thing where it's like that can hit. Like it won't hit me immediately, but if it just keeps piling up over and over and over, that's obviously like anybody else going to take a really big hit on the recovery, especially something like my squat. So the fact that I feel like I'm going to be able to sleep really well the rest of this week, hopefully going into my heaviest squat of this block, is huge. But yeah, as far as yesterday, it was great. Like training, like I said, training's been going really, really well. I truly can say that since this is, like I said, this is the fourth block of the 6-block macro, and I have not had a single bad training session. Like everything has gone very, very well. Not in the sense that I always feel like amazing coming into each session, not that I haven't had to deal with certain, you know, circumstances, stuff like that, but more so I think it's just my mentality towards training is just so different now, where it's like, okay, what's laid out in front of me? Can I do it? Yes, cool. If I need to adjust somewhere, cool, do that. Just knowing that it's just about going in, being consistent, being intentional, and letting these sessions pile up, you know, day to day, week to week, block to block, and it's going to give me the result that I want. And I think another part of it too is I'm just having fun with training. Like I'm really enjoying it overall. Like I said, the little 4-month low specificity off season that I had, I think was really, really good just mentally after 10 years of being so consistent with, you know, powerlifting structure training overall, and just allowed me to kind of find my love for just training in general, whether I'm competing or not again. And now being able to take that passion and take that energy and put it into this prep is, you know, it's going really, really well. And hence, like I said at the start of this video, that's why it is called For the Love of the Game. It's like I'm not really seeking to necessarily teach any particular lessons to you guys or to, like, you know, have just a main focus or emphasis, like this prep is just about this main thing. It's just like whatever these episodes are going to be is what they're going to be. It's all about just how the day is going, what's going on in my life at the time with the training and whatnot. As always, we're going to try to make sure that it's informative on some level, that you guys are able to take something from this video outside just watching me lift weights that you can apply to your own training, your own lifestyle, mentality, whatever it may be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the rest of this prep, looking forward to the rest of this training week, and looking forward to taking you guys with me, as always, whenever we're doing these prep series. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you did. If you're not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what can you do better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch you guys later.